everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. It's one of those videos that just came to me on a whim, and I thought it would be the perfect video to share with you guys this time of year. So many of us are reflecting on the year and years past, and we are looking forward to the future, whether that be things that we want to continue that we've already been doing or changes we want to make. And I feel like it's the perfect time to really focus on doing what you can to better yourself. I personally love this time of year because I'm all about goals and intentions and it's self-improvement. So I really love this time of year to kind of amp up that type of mentality. And so today I thought I would share with you guys 5 ways to get your life together in 2022. Now, I will preface that by saying that nobody should be expected to have their life together 100% of the time in all aspects. It's not possible. And if you are constantly trying to do that and be, perfect in all of these different aspects all the time, you're just gonna always be disappointed because it's not possible. So I wanna get that out of the way first of all. When I say get your life together, that is kind of a figurative way of saying, do the best you can, make the best life for yourself that you can, but obviously keeping in mind that you cannot do it all. You shouldn't be expected to do it all. You shouldn't expect yourself to do it all. It is not possible. And I promise you, nobody else has their life together 100% either, no matter how much it might seem like they do. So let's just get that out of the way first to crack out of the box so that you don't think this is gonna be a video that I'm gonna tell you that if you do these things, your life's gonna be perfect, because it's not. But I think realizing that is the first step in having a better life, is realizing you're not gonna have everything together all the time in every single season of your life. So that's my little informational side tip for you guys. Okay, so my first tip is to make yourself a priority. And that may seem kind of counterintuitive if you are a mom, like most of you here are. It can be counterintuitive to think, I can't be a priority and my family be a priority, or my kids be a priority, because there's just not time for all that. I don't have time to worry about me. I struggled with this a lot as a stay-at-home mom, especially in the beginning. And I really struggled a lot more in the beginning of being a new mom and being a stay-at-home mom until I started to make myself a priority. So working out, being healthy, even if you don't want to lose weight, it is still really important to be active in some way, shape, or form on a pretty consistent basis. It will make you a better mother. It will make you a better, more relaxed person. Doing things that you enjoy. Maybe you don't get to do them as often as you want, but still taking the time to do those things. And I'm sure there's a variety of things that you like to do. So maybe sometimes it is getting out of the house and doing something, really special. Other times it might just be, having a cup of coffee and watching a movie on your own, or, reading your favorite magazine or a book or something like that. There's tons of different things that I'm sure you enjoy doing, but make sure that you are making time to do those things. Otherwise, you get really burned out really fast. And doing things for other people can become a drudgery when you see you're feeding into all these other people's lives, but not your own. It can be really frustrating and lead to a lot of disgruntled parenting. So making sure that you are keeping yourself active and healthy and doing things that you enjoy too, not just things that your kids or your husband enjoy doing, but things that you enjoy doing. Find a creative outlet, something that inspires you and motivates you and kind of forces you to learn new things or pushes you out of your comfort zone. For me, that is really where my YouTube channel came in. I did not ever intend to start a channel to do it this long and have it take the different paths that it has taken, the different types of videos that I've made, and all the different companies that I've worked with, and all the people that I've met, and all of you guys that I've gotten to know. I never intended or knew it would become that. I just knew that I wanted to share, and I wanted a creative outlet because I'm a naturally creative person in that way. And that has become such a huge blessing for me. That gave me so much fulfillment and so much joy, and really helped to get me out of a stagnant point in my life where I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't ever doing anything out of the box. I was just kind of coasting through and doing the basic things over and over. For me, my YouTube channel was that creative outlet that forced me to keep creating, to keep learning, and also gave me the ability to now provide some income for my family. There's so many benefits of it for me. Now, obviously, you may not want a YouTube channel, but you need to find something that you enjoy doing that will inspire you and keep you learning, keep you improving yourself and making yourself do things that maybe you never thought you would have done. Force you out of your box a little bit, force you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and force you to learn things, because that is where you are going to continue to grow and you're going to find fulfillment. Your kids can fulfill you all day long, and of course mine do too, but there's other types of fulfillment that you need as a person, not just a mom, that you need to find. And when you combine all of these things, you know, making time for yourself and finding creative outlets and things like that, things that fulfill you, whether that maybe that's volunteering, it doesn't have to be, you know, anything crafty. There are tons of ways that you can find that you can fill that need in you, whether you know you have it or not, that you know, is very personal to you. It's going to be a journey maybe for you to find those things, but they are out there and you need them, whether you know them or not. And doing those things and making yourself a priority too is going to help you be a better mother, a better person. I think it honestly leads to more productivity when you are satisfied and fulfilled in these areas. And I think it's a really important part of getting your life together. The second thing that's super important, especially in today's day and age, is to stop comparing yourself, your home, your life, your marriage, your job to what other people have. If you are constantly wanting what other people have or seem to have, and social media is terrible about showing us what people seem to have, but what maybe not what they really have. But if you're constantly comparing your life to someone else's in whatever category, and you're not ever happy until you have that certain thing, you're never gonna be happy. And you're spending all of your energy focused on someone else's life and not your own. Instead of focusing that time and energy on someone else's life and what you think they have or don't have, channel that energy into motivating you to improve your own life. Channel that energy, you know, maybe be motivated by someone, but use that to improve your own life. Instead of just sitting around wishing you had someone else's XYZ, use that as a jumping off point to make your own life better. So even if you have a one-room shack and you are looking at all these people on Instagram and they have these beautiful homes and you live in a one-room shack, make it the best shack that you can. Keep it clean, decorate it the best you can. You know, whatever you have, make it the best version that you can. Even if you're overweight, don't just give up and, you know, wear sloppy clothes and never take time for your appearance. Do things that make you feel put together. Get your hair done. Have some nice outfits that you like. Not outfits that you want to fit in one day, but outfits that you like right now, that look good on you right now, that make you feel pulled together. Even if you're not happy with your job, do the very best at the job you have now and work towards what you need to do to get a better job later. You know, all those different things that we see that other people have, we can use that as inspiration. We should be using that as inspiration and not as a way to say, oh, my life stinks. I don't have this house. I don't have this body. I don't have this job. I don't have that relationship. If you're only focusing on the things that you don't have, you are never using any of your time and energy on putting into the things that you want and that you still could have and that can be yours if you're able to work towards them. My third tip is to make a plan and set goals. If you don't have goals for your life, then you're never going to improve probably in any capacity of your life. Whether that be your health and fitness journey, your relationships, your job, your education, your home. If you don't have goals and you don't have plans for your life, you will just pretty much be aimlessly going through your life and never changing. I think it's really important to have goals. And of course you can set all the big goals that you want, but you should also be setting littler goals that will kind of eventually lead you to that larger goal. Goals keep us motivated. Goals help us to plan our lives and set our priorities. They are so important. So make sure that you are setting goals for yourself. And there can be tons of categories that you want to have goals in. You have maybe goals with your faith, your family, your relationships, your home, your job, your body, your education. There's goals in every single category that you should have to help keep you moving and progressing and improving in all of these different areas. Some things you may never ever attain, but you're constantly moving forward. You're constantly learning and you're getting your life on a track where you're improving and not just staying stagnant. Because when we stop setting goals, we stop having ambitions, our life is not going to have nearly as much value and we're not going to be nearly the type of person that we can be if we really just push ourselves and kind of keep focusing on always improving and doing our best. Those goals are really going to help you in becoming a better person and help you to be productive. My fourth tip is to set up systems that make your life easier. So I know for me, meal planning is a huge thing that I do every single week that makes my life as a busy stay-at-home, homeschooling, work-at-home mom a lot easier. I know what we're having for dinner every night of the week. I've already got everything from the grocery store that I need. I do grocery pickup, and so that makes my life easy. I'm not even having to go into the store to pick up the stuff. And it just has really helped me a lot to be a lot more efficient with my time, to make sure that we're eating healthier meals more often, so it's a lot less trips out to get, you know, pizza or whatever. So it's going to help you with any weight loss goals you have or any healthier eating goals that you have, and it's going to save you money because you're not eating out nearly as often because you've got stuff to make meals at home and you know exactly what you're making, and you may even have leftovers. So meal planning is a perfect one as an example, but any system that you can set up in your life to make your life easier. Outsource whenever you can afford it. You know, maybe you have a cleaning service come in once a week or once a month. Maybe you have a babysitter come in once a week and watch your kids while you do something, you know, productive, or you go to work, or you know, have some me time, you know, whatever the situation is. So sit down and make a list of things that maybe you feel could be improved, things you could outsource to somebody else, things that are sucking the time out of your daily life, your weekly life. How could you maybe revisit those things and change them around a little bit to make them work better for you in your life with your schedule? And my last tip for getting your life together is to-do lists work. I am a big to-do list person. I'm a big list person in general, but to-do lists are so important, especially when you feel like you're being pulled in a million different directions, especially when you don't know what to do necessarily on any given day, or you have a project coming up and you're like, where do I begin? To-do lists really help you to organize your thoughts and set your priorities for the day. So this kind of goes back to a make a plan and set your goals tip from a few minutes ago, but this is things you're doing on a shorter term, more of a daily, weekly basis. Things you know you need to get done. And if you're like me, if I don't write it down and I don't almost like schedule it in, I will not remember it or I will not get to it. Now I don't schedule it in as like 9 to 9:30 do this, you know, but I definitely have a flow of my day. I have a to-do list that I make every single night for the next day. It's broken up into times of the day as far as like morning, afternoon, nighttime. But it definitely keeps me organized, it keeps me productive, it keeps things going forward, it helps me to keep moving towards my goals instead of just kind of aimlessly wandering through life, wandering through my days, not really knowing what I'm doing, not really getting anything accomplished. To-do lists are super important. And my next video should be my to-do list that I use to organize my life. So if you want to see the to-do list that I use, I have a couple that I use to organize my life and kind of keep everything together. Stay tuned for that. I think it'll be the next video. I think it'll be next week's video. It'll be coming up one way or the other, and you can see the different lists that I use. Every single one of them is free because I'm a cheapskate. I don't want to pay for anything. So there's no need to go to Etsy and buy something or anything like that. No fancy planners for me. I just use basic Dollar Tree planners and a couple different printables, and they help me to keep my life organized. They help me to keep from forgetting things. They help me to set my priorities and kind of keep them at the top and make sure that I'm getting the most important things done on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So super, super important to getting your life together. If you don't already make to-do lists, I highly recommend that you do. And don't be intimidated by, you know, the planner videos that you see out there. They're beautiful to watch and everything, but sometimes you can spend so much time making your planning so pretty and, you know, color-coded. You spend more time doing that than you actually do doing the productive thing. So it does not have to be fancy. It can be on a piece of notebook paper. It can be on your phone. It doesn't have to be fancy, but to-do lists are super important for organizing and prioritizing your life and helping you to get your life together. So I hope these 5 tips were helpful. These are 5 things that I do and have done and have learned over the years of being a stay-at-home homeschooling mom that have helped me to become, I think, a better mother, a better person, a better Christian, more productive, and more fulfilled on my own end, which in turn pours into all those other categories as a mom, as a Christian. I feel like the more fulfilled and happy you are, the better you're going to be at providing that same thing for your family. So you are super important, and just because you're a mom doesn't mean that you're not important. Just because you're a mom doesn't mean you don't deserve any of these things for yourself. You do. And of course my kids come first, but I am high up there too, because I know that how I feel has so much to do with how my kids are going to feel. So it's really important, and if you leave out you, then all these other categories where you are needed as a mom or a wife or a sister or a friend or a neighbor, you're not going to be able to fulfill those other people and those other categories as well as you could as if you were taking care of yourself and making yourself a priority too. So it's really important. So I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments something that you do as a mom or a housewife or a homeschool mom that you find fulfilling, something you do for yourself, or any tips that you have for moms out there. I know that anybody that reads the comments would enjoy hearing your tips and what you have to recommend, so definitely leave that in the comments for me. And stay tuned for the next video where I will be sharing my different to-do lists and kind of how I organize my day and my life with these different lists. I think it'll be really helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe before you head out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.